Two. Um, Kind of went on this one random because this Friday on Pro Wrestling Tees at noon, I think it said Central Time, they're going to drop their 3 3/4 Joe style action figures, which will be the Macho Man Randy Savage, Jake the Snake Roberts, Ric Flair, and Danhausen. Um, I'm just actually wondering, like, I put a poll up to see if people are actually gonna like pick it up, and not only that, like, I don't know. I'm like, I no, I'm not the only one because I've seen the comments, like, and I knew a buddy that did with the GI Joe wrestling fig feds. The GI Joe wrestling feds were so fun. The articulation for that time was crazy. I mean, I remember hitting the perfect flex with people that weren't doing the perfect flex, and then when those Street Fighter ones came out, I was like, oh baby. Adding some Street Fighter characters. Had E Honda, he could be Yokozuna, but I used him as E Honda anyway. So with that being said, they come out this Friday. It said on a little ad that I saw you save $20 if you get the whole 4 pack. Personally, if I were to go into this venture, and it's no offense to the guy at all, but I don't need a Danhausen. So that kind of sucks. But the other three seem really cool, like Macho Man, Ric Flair, and Jake the Snake. That's pretty cool. Now, another company, KWK, who makes this Berserker figure, they're also coming out with I guess they call it the O-ring. Hey, joke if you want, I get it. But more or less the G.I. Joe, I call them the 3 3/4, like the, I don't know, 82, like 90, whatever, like style that were, little guys with a lot of articulation and came with the plastic weapons on the little sheet and everything. Now, KWK is also coming out, and they announced them, and coincidentally, one of them is also Jake the Snake Roberts. And I believe these ones come with accessories. But KW is also going to bring Berserker and Bruiser Brody. Now they might get more. They might have some more up their sleeve. I don't know what Pro Wrestling Tees got if they're coming out. What they're going to announce after this. I like the idea. Anthony, hey buddy, doing good, bro. How you doing? 2017 coming up. Oh, fly the L. Yeah, Brody. I mean, yeah, I love the idea. The idea of like bringing out wrestling GI Joes. And, I thought like maybe it was something that was like a neighborhood thing, like because I knew a buddy of mine, Justin, that did the same thing. But obviously, as the internet grew and everything, I realized that a lot of people had the fig feds with the GI Joes to the point I took those rings from the 90s with the guys that are all lunched down or whatever. They're from Jack's and they had different play sets. And I actually would take that ring because it worked perfect with the 3 3/4. Had a whole fig fed about it. Hey, I'm not ashamed. I probably wrestled with my G.I. Joes as much as any actual. Dude, they were like perfect for wrestling. Like, I know my buddies describe, or my buddy that really was into wrestling figures described this before, but like, just the articulation of them all was just, like I said, like the main move that really got me sold was, I was like, I have my Mr. Perfect Hasbro, and I'm trying to do the perfect flex, and then I'm like, Cobra Commander could probably do a better perfect flex, and I'm like, damn, like these things are pretty cool, you know what I mean? Mess around with them a little bit. And it was probably even before that, but I know the Perfect Flex really sold me as a move that I wanted to complete, and it was better completed with the G.I. Joes. Mr. Perfect's always been one of my favorites, so hitting the Perfect Flex, when the little G.I. Joe boys did it, they made a young boy's dream just flutter like a butterfly. So KWK O-rings, G.I. Joe style. Oh, wait, hold on. We probably have enough Danhausen, yeah. Looks like he's in the upcoming 4-pack. Flair the Snake Macho, yeah. So KWK O-rings are also G.I. Joe style. Yep. I just saw on Facebook. Yeah, apparently from what I've seen and what I've heard, like KWK was already producing this idea. I guess like Pro Wrestling Tees got to it first. So they kind of had a rush out announcement. Now, I don't know if it's going to be just the 3 or they're going to add something to it, which would be cool. Apparently, from what I heard, they're going to be accessory driven because one of the complaints with the Pro Wrestling Tees, the Jake doesn't come with a snake, and I see that. I see that. You know what I mean? Like it's Jake the effing snake. So like I can see how that would be a sore spot for collectors right there. Me personally, I just collect the legends. That's why I'm gonna go back to the Danhausen comment. I have nothing against the guy. It's just that's my personal collection. Maybe others like myself, you just collect kind of the legends. That's what I do, at least. What do we got here? Just I'm sorry, I missed the beginning. Oh, that's cool, dude. When do the KWK O-rings on sale? That's a good question. Wow, that's a huge miss on PWT part. What the hell? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, it's cool the figures exist, but yeah, like, you can do something. I mean, like, oh, you know, what'd be sick is like mini chairs. Oh, or like mini tables. I'm getting myself over here. Like just mini accessories to come with somebody. Or you could do, you know, if you wanted to even go this soft goods route, which would be interesting, Flair with the robe. But Jake with the snake just seems like a gift. And even if you wanted to throw it, which would be awesome, like a chair and a table with Flair, whatever, or something with Danhausen, I don't know, like ring steps, that would be really cool. And a ring. A ring. Now that would be. What do I got? I gotta go back. Ah. I'm looking through the chatty poo. I'm trying to get to where I was. Let me see here. Are you evil? Jamie Mendoza. You know, not to too deep, but at one point in my life, yeah, for sure. Definitely. I'd say the past 10 years or so, not so much. If anything, I went from the Skeletor to the feel. I definitely lived that life for a bit. I definitely paid for it. So it is what it is. I don't think, you know, it's Normans, I believe, live like a perfectly good life. You know, like sometimes we are all evil to a degree. My evilness took over for quite a while, admittedly, but overcame it. And when you can be good, it's so much more powerful than being evil. And I know I'm holding my He-Man sword on that one, but and maybe even said maybe it's Jesus Christ. Sometimes they both had the same advice, but yeah, something like that. Okay, Tommy Tough Knuckles. Hi, if you don't mind me asking, what happened to your eye? Reasonable question. I've talked about it a little bit before, but if you haven't heard the story, pretty much, I got juvenile diabetes when I was 5. I probably took care of it, I'd say, until my teens. Once my teens came, I tried to, like, into my early 20s, try to pretend that I didn't have diabetes. Actually, into my late 20s because by the mid 20s, I started just partying all the time, drinking all the time. Which if you're a diabetic and an alcoholic, like I'm just lucky, blessed to be here. So like, pretty much, it just took its toll, and diabetes attacks the fat. Now I'm not like a big dude, so a lot of people unfortunately lose their foot or their leg it went after my eye because it's fat. And I wasn't healthy. Not that I'm a giant now, but like I was like a skinny dude, and I was very sick, you know, and pretty much looked malnourished at that time. So anyway, long story long, that happened, and then one day I just saw like a a terrible rainbow, but it's true. Just like this crazy tie dye in my eye. Then it just like went crazy. I went to the emergency room. I got surgery. I was completely blind for 3 weeks, and finally, after finally could start seeing things clear. And it still took a while after to heal. So pretty much, I'd say, make a long story long, um, lack of diabetes control and alcoholism. That's what happened in my eye. But I don't know. Asking is fine. Like, I'm serious. That's makes total sense. Someone's on here with an eye patch. You're gonna wonder what happened. I opened my zombie Hughes, and surprisingly, his hat stays on pretty well. The urn on the other. Oh no! Oh, say it ain't so. No, I was hoping. The happening on this is a plus. It is a plus, but oh, the urn. I heard something like, oh, was it on the major podcast? I'm not sure. Don't quote me, but I thought I heard something like the urn's supposed to fit in the G Undertaker Hasbro hand. I don't know if that's true, but miss no snake with Jake. I mean, yeah. I mean, swing and a miss. Talk about it. I still get the Pro Wrestling G.I. Joe stuff 4-pack unless they are charging an arm and a leg. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what the price point's gonna be. It doesn't seem like nothing was announced. The only thing I saw like was if you get the 4-pack, it's $20 off, but $20 off of what? So that makes a big deal. I've definitely been waiting on that too. Like, I'm being upfront. I love the idea. I thought, like I'm a genius, and many of us all thought of this before. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this would be cool when you had the Slaughter GI Joe. Like, how cool would it be to have like a Hogan, a Macho Man, a Warrior? You know what I mean? Just to like work in that GI Joe universe. It was just so for them to finally bring it to fruition, both Pro Wrestling Tees and KWK. I tip my hats to them. However, because of my own retro and collecting and my own Hasbro collecting is over for me, but the retro collecting, um, I can only financially support one horse in the race. So but I'm also going to be very tempted, and I might, just for the sake of it, at least get the Macho Man to see what it's about. Macho Man's my favorite wrestler. And I love Jake too. Well, I love Flair. And like I said, Danhausen, I have nothing against him. I'm just a legend collector, and I'm an old man, so you know what I'm saying. And your figs this week recently. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think what's come in. Like, I got the grapplers and gimmicks diesel off eBay. I'm waiting on that. I got the UK Man from grapplers and gimmicks, and surprisingly, I did pick up the Macho Man from Zombie, even though I kind of like tooled on it. I said I'm gonna give it a shot. I had kind of a change of mind with the whole zombie thing. I'm gonna reevaluate things. But some of them, I can't lie. Like it's undeniable. The arm issue is the arm issue. So I'll never like sit here and like BS and say, "Oh no, they're perfectly fine." It is an issue. However, I think I should just take a more fair view of the figure in its whole. So And its whole, well, that too, that's times later. But I should view it as its whole product, I meant. What do we got here? Oh, I'm so sorry. No, thank you, Tommy. Tough Knuckles. I like your name, by the way. Um, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I kind of, I did it to myself. I had diabetes since 5. I had all the education in the world. I knew what to do and what not to do. But to call a spade, like partying and doing whatever I want, more fun. And I did that pretty good for about 5 years. And then, like, I'm 44 now, so at 30 I lost my weight. So I'd say from like 25 to 30, I had a good time, or I thought I had a good time, or in a quote that Scott Hall said that I can relate to, people told me I had a good time. So those were my 3 situations. Um, I was inebriated. I mean, from the morning till I passed out. So I mean, to come from that, I just feel like it is what it is. You do it to do unto self. And the only thing you can do is learn from it. And I mean, like, losing an eye sucks. I mean, like, you're like, and in my situation too, like, there is an eye there, but it's like smaller and it looks weird physically. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, that kind of plays a part in it too, where you know, it's not the greatest feeling, when you look in the mirror, if not anything, you could gain weight, you could lose weight, you could do whatever. But you expect everything to be more or less symmetrical. So when you look in the mirror and one eye is smaller and set back and one, it messes the F's with you for sure. But nevertheless, I appreciate the question. I don't mind talking about it because, like, I think I saw over here National Diabetes Awareness Month from Fly the L. Might as well say the story. I mean, the alcohol didn't help, but it all came down to no diabetes control. And this is what happens, you know what I mean? I'd say the past like 2 years, I've run, not 2 years, the past year, I'd say I've ran a 7A1C. So I finally got it down to that magic number. It took me years, and even after I lost my eye, I still abused alcohol for like 3 more years. You think like losing an eye, no, I didn't quit. So it's been a marathon, not a race, I guess. But I'm here. So anyway, I blabbled on that long enough. But Tommy, Tough Knuckles, I appreciate it. And no, thank you for he's saying the sorry about it, man. And I appreciate it. The zombie Ash is kind of weird. It leans forward quite a bit and comes with a stiff. Dude, oh man. The Evil Dead series and all that, my friends were really heavy on, and I got to like it too through them. But I had this for my own sake, not say it was something I organically stumbled on, but my buddies watched it. I was like, wow, this is awesome. And the whole thing up into Army of Darkness. I actually saw Army of Darkness before before Evil Dead's. So I went kind of like backwards. And my buddy, if he was here, if he was able to be in the chat, his name's Chris. He was one of the people that showed me like the movies for the Army of Darkness. But even as a kid, I loved that movie, and my dad and I really enjoyed watching it together. So it hits the nostalgia. But oh jeez, I totally did. I got totally caught in the movie. That sucks about the figure though, because I did see that and I was like, in my fig fed, I was like, oh, that would be cool to have Ash in the audience. But something about it looked a little off. So what you're saying makes complete sense to me. So that might be why. Some of the poses, like I got the Bruce Lee, and everything's cool about it, but I kind of wish it wasn't in that stance. So maybe I'm in the minority, maybe I'm in the majority, but personally, I don't like the stance of it. I like the figure a lot. But I just don't like the stance. That's my only complaint on that one. On the Bruce Lee, at least. The ash I got is the one with the chainsaw hand. Nice. I know this is random, but now in the marching band, I got added to playing the clarinet. Hell yeah, Timmy Tough Knuckles, good for you. I love music. I love music of any kind, and I admire anyone that can play an instrument because I'm strictly a vocalist. Like, I can't put an instrument with crap. I love to, sing or even freestyle, rap, or whatever to just other people's music, but I admire the HE double hockey sticks out of people who play any instrument. So, word up to you, Timmy Tough. I keep effing pronounce Timmy Tough Knuckles. Good for you, and congratulations on that. Love from Japan. Wow. I appreciate that. That's crazy, To them just sitting here all the way on the East Coast of the United States. I appreciate, you tuning in. I hope I'm talking about something you enjoy, but anyway, I appreciate just the love and love back from the USA, sure. Gonna hurt the wallet if you only collect macho. He's available. Yeah, dude. What a favorite wrestler to have, the Macho Man Randy Savage. After all this, I mean, Latoonie itself could make me broke. And I love doing it's just, yeah, it's like how many machos is macho. So I've had to just stick to the retros, which isn't like either. I mean, they make a billion of a retro too. And FC Toys is kind of with another variant and everything. So, yeah, macho's always hitting the wallet. And I am interested in those G.I. Joe ones, and actually, if I were to get one, it would be Macho Man. Out of any of them, because Macho Man's my favorite. Jake with the snake, though. Let me see what KWK comes up with, because I might have to grab one of those. I love Brody and Berserker, though. Ric Flair's the man. And I have nothing against House, and he looks cool for a figure, so, I mean, that makes sense. Not my cup of tea, but good for him. I mean, seriously. He's got a look. Keep looking for that Zombie Macho Man. Actually, still available for pre-order at BBTS, Big Bad Toy Store. That's cool. Leonardo. I don't understand that language, so I'm just I don't want to try to insult that, so I'm just going to say thank you for saying hi or leave a comment. I appreciate it. So Leonardo, appreciate it. Bum Shadow's looking into the figure's hole. You say. I know. Looking into the hole of the figure. Pirata, dude. No, I'm. All right, Leonardo, come on. I don't know what language you're speaking, but all I see is cake at the end, and like. Actually, really funny? I'm gonna show you something of the sweatshirt I'm wearing. It's a Whitney Houston sweatshirt. I know a lot of KKK members fancy Whitney Houston hoodies. I know that's usually a practice. And when they wear their white hoods, they typically wear a Whitney Houston shirt or hoodie underneath the white hood to show, how racist they are. That crap. Don't mention that crap on my stream. Like, seriously, dude. Take that racist crap and, like, throw it in the effing dumpster, dude. Like, I'm trying to be polite about it, but don't start that crap with me. And especially do not call me a racist. Like, it's the last thing I am, so do not call me that. And I don't like that. And I don't like those 3 letters. I don't care what your language is. I see KKK, 3 letters together, don't want it. And I see pirata, so I get what you're saying. I don't give a crap about the pirate stuff. Take that KKK crap and get the hell out of here. Seriously, all right. Hard work pays off, dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but we get Scott Hall. Miss you, man. Razor Scott. Man, what a wrestler. I miss him, man. I got diabetic as a food addict, but I'm under control now. Hell yeah. Since I have glasses, I get an eye exam yearly, including health against diabetic damage. Hell yeah, dude. Like, seriously. Hell, that good for you, man. I mean, life's life, man. We all got our things, man. I just told you the whole story. Like, I couldn't put down the bottle. We're all addicted to things, and the best we can do is just learn from it and grow from it. And it seems that you've done that. And of course, I'm rooting for you, brother. So it's good to hear that things are going under control and you get those eye exams. Are obviously very important. All kidding around. Kidding around aside, I mean. So hell yeah, dude. So good to hear. See, Waddy. It's hard to think that alcohol leads to that sort of vision issues. Yeah. Waddy, and actually, I only got a few minutes because I got to tune into you and BBA, but let me try to answer these quick. Leads to issues with vision. Yeah, Waddy, I mean, like, a combination of it with diabetes is no good. I'm not, like, condoning, like, yeah, everyone be alcoholic if you're not diabetic. But it did happen to me, but I'm sure just alcoholism alone can cause that easily. Zombie great, just standing in a pose isn't great yet, but I think that's why they included a stand. They knew it leans too much. Yeah. I don't know. That gets into like the statue area, like those blood sport figures. I would have got a John Claude Van Damme in any movie, but the fact he just had his foot up the whole time, not for me. I've been struggling with alcohol. Hey, Nicholas, Hollier, brother, I'll tell you something. Like, I drank morning, noon, and night, and for years. And there wasn't another way that I like to live. And I was literally on death's doorstep, man. And just the only way I could function was drinking. But I'll tell you, that was like 11 years ago. I haven't drank since. So I hope that, in a way, we can all joke, we can all laugh. I do have a humorous look and a cool look, I think. But humorous, sure. So, but what did I go through? You know what I mean? So, and that's a lot, I'd say 50% alcohol, 50% not taking care of diabetes. So, brother, like, you can do it. Anybody can, but you gotta want to do it. Don't let other people tell you like that. And if they do, they just care. But you won't listen. You won't, because I've been through it. But you have to do it within yourself. You have to dig deep within the shit of yourself and just really say, I've had enough of this crap. I had enough of making everybody disappointed, everybody crying, everybody like not feeling good, people dying around me, all this stuff. I got to make a change today, because tomorrow isn't guaranteed. And maybe that's a little too deep, but that's how it is. When you get that deep, that gets. So it's like an abyss. So advice would be stop now. And if you ever want to talk to somebody, hit me up. But damn, I wish I got to these comments. Let me just see if people I didn't, because my buddy's live stream's coming up. Say gaming, say Rich Gaming. Hey man, how you doing? I'm doing good, brother. Good to see you. So where are you from? I'm from New England. What happened to your eye? I lost it because of diabetes and alcoholism and diabetes complications. Prince Will, you do. Hi. Hey, what's up? Good to see you, Prince Will. Fresh Prince. Laura Branigan or Whitney Houston. The sweatshirt was Whitney Houston. Oh, I am effed up, man. I don't get no sleep. At 5 a.m. I Got fever too. Geez, I'm sorry, dude. I hope you feel better. That's impressive. Taking an alcohol addiction. Nice, man. No, I appreciate it. Oh, Watt said hi. What's up, Watt? Gaming. Yes, you got the energy. Hey, appreciate you. Sage Gamer. I wish I'm pronouncing that right. Tell Waddy to wait. And then for those ever mess with anyone when they ask about your eye, tell them you lost it in a knife fight or fighting off bears or something. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Oh, all right. Love talking to you guys. This is sort of impromptu, but this is effing fun. So we're gonna go over to Waddy's channel, Matt Watson. Waddy's channel. He's going to be with Bone Breaking Action BBA, and it should be starting any minute. I'm going to be joining that chat. It's going to be a lot of fun. So hope to see you there. I'm sure I'll see Fly the L there. Hope to see the rest of you there. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Good night.